the internet, and everybody's going to tell you that 90% of everybody that gets involved in Forex loses their money. Well, you know what? Depends on who you trade with. You trade with me? Yep, that's true. Because they're just too good at traders. Just kidding. If you trade in the market, I don't know what the broker's ratios are. They probably fluctuate. But the win-to-loss ratio is not 90-10 anymore, in my opinion. Again, I don't know for sure. But let's assume for just a second that 90% of everybody in the market that opens an account loses their money. Let's just take that number, for example. And let's say that the churn rate is about, let's say, 6 to 8 months inside of the market. So let's say that I take $1 million and I put it into the Forex market on day 0. Let's just call that day 0. And let's say that 7, 8 months down the road, I am one of the 90%ers. How much money am I going to lose in 6 to 9 to 8 months? $1 million. Because I'm one of the 90%ers. Let me ask you something. Where did my money go? The 10%. Then that means that 60 million, or billion, excuse me, dollars, if that is the daily number, is being made by somebody out there, banks or retail investors or brokers or FTMs or IBs or hedge fund managers or somebody. Think about that for a second. Do you guys really understand how big this market is? How much potential there really is in this market? Or are you just hearing the $3 trillion a day and that's a really big number? Do you know that 3 trillion is more than how many? There's not even 3 trillion fish in the oceans of every ocean and sea in the world. $3 trillion is incomprehensible. You can't even think of that number, it's so big. But 60 billion is also a pretty darn big number. And if there's such a huge churn rate in this industry, somebody's taking that money. Guess who's taking that money? He gets to put his own name in the suits. And they put names on his collar, on his... It's there. The money's there. Okay, you can make money in this market, but you can lose. But the problem is, you got to figure out how to get part of that 90% that's being lost.